Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
With Nip Hustle, big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, stay tuned, all that.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. Ain't no way Chicago could be as buck wild as it was if the politicians wasn't scandalous, corrupt. But they firing the mayor. Let me not pass judgment so quick. But it seemed like even when it come to New York, when the corruption get into the black man hand, they bust that shit up. Well, you know these politicians being corrupt a whole time. All the other mayors was corrupt. They went in term, came out of term. But once the black man get in there, because I don't think they want to stay in there too long. Like, that's too long. Y'all getting the juice. They gonna bust that shit up on my mama. No further ado, let's see what these Chicagoans and their mayoral situation has been up to.
But at least one resident in attendance said nobody on the board should be the next mayor.
Every trustee allowed former Mayor Jackson to operate unchecked. You supported him. You defended him.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Did you say that her son was murdered because Mayor Tiffany Henyard she didn't support?
Don't come on my face. First of all, take your phone out of my face.
Did you say that her son was murdered because she didn't support?
Take your phone out of my face.
This is the thing about men. You have to know, once you tell someone a direct something like that to do with that type of energy, you are indicating without saying, if you don't, there are consequences. So therefore, I'm gonna say me, at least at this point in my life, or I mean, for all my life, I've never spoken to a man and told him to whoop, wop, wop in reaching distance without having my mind already made up. If he doesn't immediately comply, then I'm going to react as such. I never understood how someone could get in the face of someone and keep repeating the same thing over and over again. In 9th grade, I engaged in something similar to that, and I got punched when I didn't expect it. Never again is what I told myself. So all this high, intense engagement, face-to-face, giving orders and all that, I don't understand how that ever lasts longer than that, man. I'm not finna be pumping up and letting the other. Don't you know a fight can potentially, possibly only last for one punch? Enough pounds of pressure right here, you're going to lunch. It don't matter. Especially while you're running your mouth. Well, I don't play them games. You say all that from over there is cool. All up in here, bloop, we going in your shit.
Did you say
Take
that she was
your phone out of my face, man? What's wrong with you?
See, then when you start doing this with your hand, I have the right to perceive that move as how, especially I'm holding the phone. It was magnified. Blah, I'm going to your shit now. You reaching up toward my face. So that's why I don't even engage. I avoid a lot of engagement.
I'm asking you a question.
You don't come in my face with your phone.
I'm asking you a question.
But today, after years of being in the Fed's crosshairs, first came the charges, then the conditions, and now the old Riverdale mayor is gone and the new one is now in office. Almost 1 week after being convicted of perjury and obstruction of justice, Riverdale Mayor Lawrence Jackson has formally been removed from office.
We talked about Riverdale Mayor Lawrence Jackson, I don't know if it's maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago on this channel. Riverdale is actually really close to Dalton. If you already know the amount of videos that I did on Tiffany Henyard, very, very close, the south suburbs, and another mayor bites.
Shout out to Hannibal is Hungry. That's the young man doing this video.
The dust. Can't be surprised at this point the amount of corruption that's in this particular area. And what makes this even more crazier that a former Henyard, I guess, ally is trying to become mayor.
Resident in the village of Riverdale. And I like to see people involved in the media. But here it is. I have an indicted mayor that's serving in our community. And we don't have this much media coverage going on. But we over here having media coverage here, and we don't put out the good things that is happening. But you guys got to connect the dots. DOTTS. Dots. You got to be ashamed.
They do the black mayors in Compton like this all the time, too.
Yourself. You broke down everything in this township, but you forgot to tell the people, too, you were in Las Vegas, right? Didn't you go to Las Vegas?
Last year. Did you go to Las Vegas? The first year. Answer my question. Did you go to Las Vegas? The first year I did. So I know that the township has no business. Did you go to Las Vegas? The township has no business. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Let's continue.
Due to that felony conviction, he is automatically ineligible to hold office under Illinois law.
But Trump, with 30 felonies, can be the president of the United States. Somebody going to explain that and make it make sense to me.
Riverdale is a community located directly south of the city of Chicago.
The federal indictment against Jackson was filed in late 2023. He was elected to his fourth term in April after beating two primary challengers in February, despite the ongoing proceedings. At issue was the role that he...
Man, should nobody be elected to anything with that bad of a health? He's obviously not tedious enough. He doesn't have enough commitment to his own health to pay attention that he owes himself. He owes himself to be more healthy than that. Why would we elect you to manage anything on our behalf? We won't even manage your own life beyond that. There's no need for you to be that unhealthy.
Played steering city business of a garbage contract from the then existing private contractor to another one, and the unlawful financial gains that subsequently went his way. Prosecutors say that Jackson lied 6 times while testifying in a civil lawsuit brought against him as mayor.
That's a lot of lying, as the feds say. So let me catch you guys up to what actually is going on. So Riverdale Mayor Lawrence Jackson got into a fight with a trash company called Tri-State Disposal over garbage contracts. Tri-State sued him, saying that he retaliated against him and steered business to another company tied to one of his guys.
I would not trust that fat face with nothing official. Nothing. He looked like he finna pick a bird booger, wipe it where he ain't supposed to, scratch his ass and sniff it and still eat finger food off them same hands. Nasty. Look like he gonna do all type of indiscreet things.
In a 2021 deposition, Jackson lied multiple times about who ran his trucking company and who was the one who's pushing the new garbage deal. So the feds charged him with perjury and obstruction of justice. So on November 13th of this year, the federal jury found him guilty on both of those counts. So now here we are. The other company was tied to...
You mess with sanitation and garbage, you better be lucky it didn't hit you with none of that OG Gangster Rico stuff. That sure what that sound like, that old Italian mob.
Individual A, the person close to Jackson, who, according to the feds, was deeply involved in running Jackson's trucking company, Centennial Holdings. So
trucking too?
This is the amount of, I guess, lies that the feds claim that he had. The first lie was, who runs the company? What he said, he claimed his wife handled the day-to-day business operations, not him. And he wasn't really sure if the business with individual A's company, because he didn't run things. What the feds say is completely different. They say that individual A and their employees actually handle the day-to-day operations for Centennial, not his wife. The second lie was the truck.
No, that C-stain. Oh, mama.
Truck leases and the accountant. What he said, he agreed that he leases the trucks and then claimed my accountant handles that when asked how much do they pay. What the Fed said was the accountant had nothing to do with the leasing of trucks. The leasing and operations was controlled by individuals A business, not the accountant doing the normal bookkeeping. So he used the accountant as a prop to hide who was really funding and running things. The third lie Jackson told the feds was who keeps the books. He told a lawyer that his wife handles Centennial's internal books and records. Why Jackson kept throwing his wife under the bus? Whatever. Well, the prosecutors realized that he wasn't telling the truth. They said individual A's business controlled the documents and records, not his wife. I wonder if he's still married to this woman. The next lie, who introduced him to the new garbage company? He said that he met company B through a village administrator. They call it individual B. Problem is, the feds say individual A, not the administrator, introduced him to the company B to talk about replacing Tri-State. Fifth lie, whether he had any role in hiring company B for the spring cleanup job. What he said, he had nothing to do with it. He don't know what's going on. He said no. Problem is, the feds say that he was actually involved in the process of hiring Company B for the cleanup work. And then the last slide, answer of why Riverdale paid another company about $18,000 for the 2018 spring cleanup that Tri-State was already under contract to do for free. Jackson said he never supervised or managed the cleanup program, claimed that individual B and the village administrator chose a different.
He would have did better to plead the fifth than just to throw everybody under the bus, fat fuck.
Vendor, and the board of trustees backed the choice. He also claimed he had nothing to do with it. The feds say the complete opposite. They say that the indictment says individual B did not make a decision to hire a different vendor and did not opt to go with a different vendor. Jackson was involved in the decision to hire Company B for the 2018 spring cleanup. So that's why he was hit with all those perjury charges, obstruction of justice, basically throwing everyone under the bus, saying that he had nothing to do with anything. He had no idea what was going on. Is his wife's fault? Is the accountant's fault? When they all realized that a lot of that was just not true.
Earlier today, the Riverdale Village Board appointed an interim mayor, but at least one resident in attendance said nobody on the board should be the next mayor. But the village attorney said, under state law, that's just not possible.
It look like it's a whole bunch of black folks or the community, and it just happened to seem like it's one fat white dude presiding over them. Now, that could be the wrong perception, but that's how it appeared. So I guess it's going to be another black mayor, huh?
Not one trustee here should be considered. Every trustee allowed former Mayor Jackson to operate unchecked. You supported him, you defended him, you enabled the system. You don't have the credibility to lead. And honestly, the honorable step would be for each of you to resign.
Regarding
That's not who I think it is.
My next appointment will be for village administrator.
Tuesday night, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard appointed a new top aide to a $100,000 a year job, 34-year-old Michael A. Smith, who's been active in South suburban politics for years.
The reason for Mike is he have a wealth of great information. He's a young person and ex-politician. He knows the laws like the back of his hand.
Perhaps that's because Smith has been in and out of trouble with the law for years.
Like they just talked to him. She just blessed him with a 100 piece. You get like down there 10 a month, like 8 something a month. Just do your stuff, balance it out. God, don't get off. Don't end up like fat fuck.
I'd like to thank the residents as well as the mayor.
Public reporting shows Smith has been charged at least 8 times with crimes ranging from domestic battery to official misconduct.
And I'm going to say, you need training. You need to understand your position and the power of your position, not to create laws against an individual, not to create rules against an individual. Because I'm telling you what we're going to watch. If this supervisor does not get reelected, we're going to revoke all the things that they're going to be doing. This is all I'm saying.
Michael Dots Smith, the former Henyard ally, you would call him. At one point, she appointed him as village administrator. That didn't really last very long, but he is, I guess, a resident of Riverdale, and he has been very vocal against Mayor Jackson for quite some time. So, of course, he was ready to jump in. He was mentioning about the mayor being indicted for the longest, even going back in the Dalton days where we were covering this extensively. So, of course, now this man wants to be the mayor. Michael Smith is going to run to be mayor of Riverdale. Now, he actually tried to run, I think, for trustee. He didn't make it. I tell you, the chicanery and nonsense of this area just continues to persist. It's just sad. For the most part. Most likely, will he be elected? I have no idea. Who knows? Things happen over there that I don't understand. As you see, the nonsense just doesn't stop.
The appointment of the acting president from among the trustees, Mr. Smith, says that it shouldn't be one of the trustees, but the statute specifically says it has to be one of the trustees who is appointed to the board to be acting village president.
The village board appointed trustee Cassandra Riley Pinckney to serve as the mayor until the next election.
The trustees have been working tirelessly.
Some feminine energy in there. It's like everything is moving that way. The men create and maintain the chaos, and then they get the females a shot to come and see how they can handle it. And if they manage better, boy, they're going to maintain control.
to the business of Riverdale. We have great people who live here, some of whom have lived here for years, raised their family, such as myself.
So the acting mayor will now serve until the municipal election in April of 2027. As for Jackson, no sentencing date has been set.
So it looks like Jackson is going to probably spend some time in prison. It looks at the conviction. It's 1 count of perjury, 1 count of obstruction of justice. Max penalties, obstruction could go up to 20 years. Perjury can go up to 5 years. Sentencing hasn't happened yet. Obviously, we'll see exactly how much he gets, but now
Gonna slap him on the wrist. He ain't gonna get no gang of time. You know how that game goes. But yeah, shitty over there in Chicago. Same thing happens in Compton when the black people are involved in the politics. I don't know if it's because the black people just not as savvy and hiding their bullshit, or if they scrutinize harder, or if they just doing more crafty shit. I don't know. But yeah, y'all keep it a Google. Facts over feelings. Jeter.
Oh, you cute.
Hey,
Hey, girl, I'm at
what
work.
did you do? Why is you talking to me at work? I just texted you.
I
You can
just
see
text
me?
you back too. Yeah, I can see you. You cute.
You can see me? Hold on, wait, look.
Did you just fall out? Snakewood Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.